Have you ever found yourself thinking, if I can just get that one thing, then I'll finally be happy? Well, today we're going to dive into a story from a CEO who got everything they ever wanted, only to find themselves right on the edge. And the title of their story, well, it says it all. The lie that almost destroyed me. Just try to picture this for a second. You've put in 20 years of just relentless work. You've sacrificed weekends. You've missed family stuff, all for this one single moment, getting that CEO title. It's the top of the mountain you've been climbing your whole life. And that feeling, that validation, it is everything you dreamed it would be. And then this. After 2 decades of grinding, that incredible top-of-the-world feeling lasted for just 4 years. The ultimate reward had an expiration date. So you have to ask, what on earth went wrong? What changed? And that leads us right to the heart of the problem, what the author calls the seductive lie. And it is seductive. It's this powerful, kind of sneaky belief system that quietly shapes our entire lives without us even realizing it. And here it is, plain and simple. It's the idea that if you just achieve one more thing, then you'll be happy. Then you'll feel whole. It's the finish line we're all taught to sprint towards. But what if that finish line is just a mirage? So what happens when you actually cross that finish line? Well, at first, it's amazing. There's a very real honeymoon phase. But as you're about to see, that initial high, it just doesn't last. You know, what's so fascinating is when the crash actually happens. See, burnout doesn't usually show up in that first year when everything's new and exciting. No, it's a slow burn. It creeps in later, after the novelty wears off. And you start to realize that the new title on the fancy office, they didn't actually fix anything deep down. They just kind of put a Band-Aid on it. So why? Why does this happen to so many successful people? Is it some kind of personal failing? Not even close. Turns out it's a totally predictable pattern, and it's rooted in our own brain chemistry. It's all about how your brain is literally wired to keep moving the goalpost. Okay, let's talk about dopamine. You've probably heard of it. People call it the pleasure molecule, but it's really the molecule of more. It's what drives you to go after things. So when you get that promotion or you close that huge deal, your brain gets this massive flood of it, and you feel incredible. And this breaks it down perfectly. This is the cycle. First, you get the achievement, and boom, dopamine spikes. You feel on top of the world. But then your brain adapts. That amazing new feeling just becomes your new normal. And then the dopamine level actually drops, creating this craving, this itch for the next achievement to get that feeling back. It is a biological treadmill. And this quote, this just connects the science right back to the real human experience. This isn't just some abstract chart. It's a feeling. It's that restlessness you get after a big win, that constant, nagging search for the next high. It's like trying to catch smoke in your hands. Okay, so if chasing that dopamine hit is just a trap, then what's the way out? Well, the solution starts with asking a totally different and way deeper question. And I'm not talking about the answer you'd give in a job interview. Not the polished, professional version. I mean, what is the real gut-level reason you're chasing it? Figuring that out is the first real step off that treadmill. The source material gives this perfect example. Imagine 2 people who both want to own a boat. One of them wants it for an internal reason, the feeling of peace, the freedom of being out on the water. It's their sanctuary. The other person wants it for an external reason, because all the other executives they admire have one. Same goal, right? But totally different motives. And only one of those paths leads to any real lasting satisfaction. So how do you figure out your real motive? The source suggests this brilliant technique called the Russian doll method. It's simple. You just keep asking why to every answer you give yourself. You peel back layer after layer until you just can't go any deeper. And that final layer, that's it. That's your core truth. Which brings us to the final and maybe the most important takeaway from this whole thing. And I'll be honest, it's kind of a brutal truth, but it's one we all need to hear. Here it is, the big job, the big title. It doesn't create happiness. What it does is amplify what's already inside you. So if you've already built a life with purpose and contentment, yeah, a promotion is going to make that feel even better. But, and this is a huge but, the reverse is also true. If you're struggling with insecurity or anxiety, or you feel a lack of purpose, The pressure of a C-suite job is only going to shine a giant spotlight on those issues. It magnifies everything you haven't dealt with. When you boil it all down, this entire trap is built on two really powerful lies. Line number one is, reaching the top will finally make me happy. And line number two, which is even sneakier, is this constant chase for the next thing. That's what fulfillment feels like. It's these two beliefs working together that keep us running on that treadmill. So I want to leave you with this one core question. Before you start chasing that next big goal, just stop and ask yourself, are you really after the thing itself? Or are you after the feeling you think that thing is going to give you? Because once you know the feeling you're truly looking for, you might just discover there's a much more direct and a much more fulfilling way to find it.